What is up, my dogs? Lawson here. It is a cold and windy day. I'm joined by Jacob's younger brother Jonah. Jacob's behind the camera. And our goal today is we're just heading as far back into the river as possible and kind of trying to push the limits of where we can take this boat. We're going to be working into an area that's going to have tarpon, snook, largemouth, really any type of brackish water species. We're just going to see really how skinny we can get because we're trying to escape the wind and trying to escape the cold weather. And I'm really excited to just get out and explore today. Alright, we have made it about as far back into the river as I kind of feel comfortable running my outboard for the most part, because we're starting to get to where there's a lot of cypress stumps, a ton of shallow sandbars, and as you can see, a very interesting part of the river here. So we're going to press upwards a little bit on the trolling motor, see how far up we can get with the trolling motor, and then once we get to kind of a point where I'm like, alright, I don't think we can go any further, we're going to spin back around and start fishing our way down the river, going out with the tide, and hopefully finding some big snook and tarpon while we're at it. Oh! On the glide bait. Trying to navigate with all the freaking current here. I'm gonna have to put us on spot lock for a second. Dude, I picked up about a 6-inch glide bait that I'm kind of throwing around because water is actually shockingly clear. And kind of knew that largemouth would be in the equation, hoping for a snook or tarpon, but that's actually a fat largemouth.
Yeah, he's thick.
Holy cow.
Healthy fish.
Gotta grab the pliers. We are. Spotlock's doing a really good job. That is a very dark river largemouth right there. Probably just about a 2-pounder eating the glide bait, but what is this? What is wrong with this spotlock? I'm literally hitting spotlock in the center of the river. It just keeps driving me into the bushes. Alright, thanks, buddy. We're gonna see if we can push up a little further, maybe find a snook or tarpon, and then we'll circle back out. Oh, owl. Dude, owl. Get the camera ready. He's literally just sitting right in this tree, like 5 feet off the ground. He saw my swim bait come in. It's so cool. Oh man, that is so cool. Dude, dang. Really big stuff to swim over there. Alright. I switched to it's called a gantrel. It's basically a bluegill style swim bait because I know a lot of these snook and largemouth in here, snook in particular, are coming way up in here to eat bluegill and other little freshwater species. And this right here, very cool, is actually a tarpon snook. You can see how different he looks. He's got that really upturned little jaw, a giant long anal fin there. Tarpon snook don't get too big. I think like 2 pounds, 3 pounds would be a really big one. But that is such a cool little fish. And we'll just slide foaming right there. And Jacob, you're about to get hit in the head by a stick.
Quite literally.
All right, well, I think we've kind of hit the end of the line here for the boat at least. Up in front of us, there's just a ton of downed logs. And I think if we really wanted to, we could get around it. But my actual fear is not the ability to get past them, but it would be turning the boat around because it is very narrow up there. And we got to a point where the tide's going down and we're in a canal that's only 15 feet wide and we're in an almost 19-foot long boat. We'd probably get stuck. So I think we're gonna start pushing down river now, which is good. We caught up 2 bass, a snook up in here, and now we're gonna press out and see what's going on back in the main river. Oh my God. Dude, I literally was like, yeah, it's a pretty big snook sitting there. And it turns, there's a largemouth. It was like a freaking like 24-inch largemouth. It was enormous. Sometimes it's good for tarpon, but that's impressive. Oh, good Lord, big largemouth. Holy crap. Dude, what? I was snagged on a branch. What the heck? That was insane. I just started reeling as fast as I could because I got snagged. I think I might be all right. It's hard. It's hard to tell. It seems like a decent fish. What the heck? We're really trying to catch snook and tarpon right now, and instead we're catching like 4-pound largemouth.
You know what I brought?
A scale.
I did bring my scale.
I'd rather just say he's 4 pounds. He's long and kind of skinny. All right, 403.
He is a 4. That's so sick.
Well, that's actually a tank largemouth, and what is so bizarre, probably 150 yards away, we just saw about a 4.5, 5 foot bull shark swim by, and we're catching 4-pound largemouth bass, and we've seen big 20, 30-pound tarpon rolling. This is just one of the most bizarre fisheries ever, and to come out here and catch a stud largemouth like this is not at all what we're looking for, but I'm pretty stoked about it. All right, we're gonna say goodbye to big hombre here. Always. Oh! I don't know. Dude, the Gantrel is just freaking... I'm in love. Oh, get out of the branches. Oh. That was sweet. We also just saw about a 5-foot shark about a second ago, so I'm gonna try to horse this guy a little bit. Oh, wow, that was awesome, man. I can't believe how well they're crushing this bluegill swim bait here. That's a slot, man. Okay, I just wanted to get us away from all those branches. Get him away from possible sharkening. That's a really good fish, man. Oh, let's go. Oh, man. Look at those pliers. Absolute studly snook right there. Not a giant one, probably a 28-incher, but absolute meat missile coming out of the trees there, man. What an unbelievable day. And every single fish has been caught on a big swim bait, or a big-ish swim bait.
and they are crushing a 4-pound largemouth and now probably a 28, 29-inch snook. I mean, today couldn't get sicker, honestly. Now we just gotta catch a good tarpon, man. We got a good snook, we got a good bass, gotta get a good tarpon. A bit timid on the release, not gonna lie. Just literally had about a 5-foot bull shark swim right by the boat and check us out. Off he goes back into the branches. Whew. Awesome. Oh, it's not a very big fish. I just have a very small reel on. Oh, look at that little snook right there, swimming right against thing. Uh-oh, John, I might have done you dirty though. This might be a tarpon snook. Very cool. We'll show that guy out. I put on a small paddle tail to target. I put on a small paddle tail to target tarpon, and I threw it by a downed tree in the water, and out came this little guy. Now, this just looks like a little baby snook, but this is actually a fat snook, a different species of snook. And so far today we've caught a tarpon snook, a common snook, and a fat snook. And the 4th species we have here in Florida would be the sword spine, which is really, really little. But the fat snook, if you see, almost has like a body of a largemouth bass. Like, he's taller and thicker, and he's a really, really big eye. Really neat little fish. Oh! Is that a jack?
Yeah, I think so.
How's it physically possible that he made that much noise? I literally thought it was gonna be like a 15-pound jack. Would you like to hold him, Jonah, or you want me to throw him in?
No, you're good.
Jonah with a jack crevalle like release air. Doesn't even want to hold it. But
Does it just make that cat noise?
it was just like air going. A cat noise.
All right, we are on the move out from the backwaters of the river. Actually a very successful mission here. Caught a few bass, caught a few snook, caught a good snook, good bass, saw a ton of cool stuff. We're gonna move out to the main part of the river, probably hit a few docks and then start heading home to the ramp. But hopefully we can whack a few big snook or maybe big jack crevalle on some of the docks before we go. Jonah with a jack crevalle.